Alright guys, so after I did my detailed shotgun breakdown video, a lot of people requested that I do a video which analyzes the difference between the hitboxes of the male and female characters. So I have a male Onyx guard and a female Onyx guard, and I'm going to break down the difference in the hitbox. Right now I'm just using the marker to trace around the character to see where the reticule turns red and where you get the shot. And it's not really promising, because I would expect the female Onyx guard to be able to be hit off of her body more, and the male Onyx guard to be able to be hit inside his body more. And the only place it really shows up is the shoulder pads. So the tool that I'm going to use to break down the overall hitboxes for these guys is the sawed-off shotgun. I don't want the Nasher's headshot modifier to be messing with the data, so the sawed-off seems like the better choice. I'm basically, from my experience with the other video, I'm finding the furthest possible range I can get a one shot on the male Onyx guard, and then I'll put a female Onyx guard in its place. And hopefully, if the hitboxes are the same, we can replicate the shot for shot, aim point for aim point. So I get the kill on him there, and now I'm placing a female Onyx guard where he was, and you can see I left the video play so you can see I did not move my character at all between these shots. And so I'm a little disappointed because I cannot find a spot to shoot on her which I can replicate a kill with the same range. But I went and did the freeze frames on these shots, and you see where it's circled, and you see where the male Onyx guard is circled. There's a difference in their elbow position which actually made that shot kill the male instead of the female. So to make an accurate analysis, I had to find a weapon which both of them have the same stance in. And so here I go reshooting it, starting with the maximum kill range for the male Onyx guard. And then we're going to switch to the female Onyx guard, and the initial results are really promising. Every shot that killed the male Onyx guard also kills the female Onyx guard. And you'll see here just a tiny smidge that I back up. I found a really close range, just that much, and now none of the shots kill them. And while this looks good for the hitboxes being balanced, it actually is a little misleading. One zombie noticed while she was getting shot that the male Onyx guard became redder than the female Onyx guard, even though they both survived. So I decided to look at each freeze frame and count the amount of pellets and see why this was happening. If you want to count the pellets yourself to verify my counts right, you can of course pause the video if the frames are going past too fast. So on the first shot here, 7 pellets and he's killed. And then you'll see on the second shot, though with a slightly lower aim point, we have 8 pellets and it's a kill. And then the third shot, again, we have 8 pellets for a kill. And now moving out to the survivable range, a really interesting thing is happening here. 7 shots are on this Onyx guard, and you see in the next frame 7 again, and then the third 7 again. That 7 shots in the beginning frame killed him. These, it doesn't kill him. I think that the spot which I shot from at first was the very edge of the range where the shotgun receives a slight buff from being in close. And then after that range, it falls off a little bit, but it feels like it's consistent all the way out, as you can see from my previous video if you watched that. And so now moving on to the female Onyx guard, you can see in this first frame, 7 pellets are on her and it kills her, same as the male. But then here's where the discrepancy happens. Second frame, only 7 pellets are still on her, even though the male Onyx guard had 8. And then here in the third frame again, 7 pellets are on her in the same shot zone that the male Onyx guard had 8, she only has 7. So the fact that she dies with only 7 pellets at this range disguises the fact that she's being hit by slightly less pellets than the male Onyx guard. Now moving out to the survivable range. First frame, 7 pellets just like the male Onyx guard. But then in the second and then again the third frames, we have the discrepancy again. The female is only hit by 6 pellets, whereas the male Onyx guard is hit by 7. So I think it is fairly safe to conclude the female Onyx guard has a slightly smaller hitbox, as much as I hate to admit it. So out of 6 shots total fired at each Onyx guard, with the same shot selection for each, the female Onyx guard was hit by 40 pellets, and the male Onyx guard was hit by 44 pellets. If you see a fault in my calculation methods and in how I conducted these tests, please point it out, because I do not want to have a video which is falsely accusing Epic of putting in uneven hitboxes. And in case that made you terribly sad, I am including a little clip which might make you still laugh, even with this bad news. Be sure to check out the other informational videos which are linked at the end.